You're listening to the Major Pod Network, the only place where your favorite toy store, bar, arcade, and arena are all on the same block. Scratch that major itch.
Welcome everyone to episode 38 of MC True Long Island Story. If you're watching on YouTube, you might not recognize me because I shaved my beard. But I am the internet champion, always ready, Matt Cardone. I actually look like 2011 Z True Long Island Story Zack Ryder right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, you look like Zack Ryder today.
Yeah.
I'm also here, producer of the show, Smart Mark Sterling Esquire. Man, when you commit to a Halloween costume, you go all in, man.
Listen, I'm always ready and I commit. I always commit when it comes to costumes. And in this case, I was super Effie.
Yeah.
I wasn't just regular Effie. I was super Effie, like Super Shredder.
Right.
The new and improved version. And you can see the pics all over social media. But I had to shave in a mustache. And I was not going to keep the mustache, even though it's Movember. Even though Chelsea did dig the stash, I did not dig it. So I shaved it. And like I already have a 5 o'clock shadow. Like I'll have a full beard by the triple shot this weekend, so I'm all good. But the Effie costume was a compromise. Chelsea wanted to be Austin Powers and a fembot. Boring. I didn't want to do that.
Right.
So I suggested she be Deathmatch King Matt Cardona, and I'll be Super Effie.
Right.
And the deal that I made was I will shave in the mustache. So
did you get those Effie tights made?
I got the Effie tights made, probably higher quality than his tights. I got like a white trash wig and cut it.
Saw that.
I went on Amazon and got the stockings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the jacket, the spike jacket, it was jacket fate because like you can't just. I figured you can just get this on Amazon. You can't. I had to get it on Etsy, custom made from Thailand. And it was a couple $100. And Effie's jacket is pink. And in the pictures, it appears pink. But when you really look at it up close, it's kind of purplish. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to wear it to the ring as a big F you to Effie.
That's perfect.
You know what I'm saying? And then Chelsea's gear, we had Rick Michaels, the original designer, remake all the gear to fit her.
Oh, wow.
And then someone...
jeans. The white jeans and
the jeans.
Yeah.
She was wearing elbow pads, knee pads. I got the exact same gloves. Chris Wayne from New York Comic Con, he actually gave me the idea. But I'm like, oh, well, why not just do it and get Rick to actually do it, you know?
Right. That's perfect.
And then someone on Twitter asked if I actually, f***ed myself. And the answer is yes, I did.
I saw that. I meant to post that in our group.
I mean, to be fair, she was not wearing the outfit.
Or the beard.
She took a shower, took the beard off.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Hell of a party.
Yeah, where did you go?
I saw you were a cup of coffee?
I was a cup of coffee with a couple of donuts. Yeah, my wife
go.
and daughter were donuts, and I was a cup of coffee. It was a nice little family Halloween party. But where did you go? Where was this?
I went to Diana Perrazzo's party.
Okay. So other wrestlers, they knew that you were Effie and what Effie was.
They got it.
Because you go to like a regular party, you're like, I'm Effie. They're like,
Nobody knows. Even my brother said, does anyone know who Effie is? I says, it doesn't matter. All that matters is the social media posts. Right. That's all that matters.
That's true.
Because I'm taking this storyline. I'm wearing the GCW hat. I'm building this brand, not just the Matt Cardone Deathmatch King brand, but GCW. I don't want to be the top guy in a shitty promotion. I want to be a top guy in the promotion. And this is horrible news, but, with all that news of Ring of Honor, taking that hiatus, tell me right now, the number 3 promotion in the United States of America is not GCW. Now there's no argument. Before, you could argue that it was.
Right.
But now that Ring of Honor has taken their name out of the race, temporarily or not,
right,
it's GCW, baby.
Right. You could certainly make that argument.
I'm proud to be a part of that. And, rolling into Hammerstein Ballroom, I'm super pumped. And I want to have a talk legit with the powers that be because I have all these ideas to make this place better. It's not just a gimmick.
Well, we need to start with the ring skirts.
Bro, I will buy the fucking ring aprons, Brett. Yes, I will throw a major pod network or major wrestling podcast logo on it.
Yeah.
But I will gladly buy the ring skirts. You know, especially for fucking Hammerstein, bro.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, we got a big weekend. You mentioned the triple shot. We'll talk about that at the end of the podcast, but let's get into some follow-up from last week. Bill Blasky says that Vengeance pay-per-view, Cena and Del Rio did take place in the Broken Ring. So,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Zayad Ashraf says the Akinator app was the one with the genie that knows every celebrity.
You know what? I saw those tweets and I remember it because I forget exactly how it worked, but I was in there. Like if you were thinking of Zack Ryder, you would like what happened was you would think of a celebrity, right? And you would answer these questions, and then like it would pick the celebrity. I don't know how they did it, but it worked, and I was in there.
That's weird.
Now,
I meant
obviously,
to download
sometimes
it this week to try
obviously
it.
sometimes they'd get it wrong, but
Right.
for the most part, it worked.
Harry Flynn says, man, week of the Ghostbusters, the Elite on AEW, and now our broski as a Ghostbuster. That was on last week's episode. Pretty figure fade-ish, am I right? A lot of Ghostbuster stuff last week.
I mean, you know, if Halloween season, I'm going to do something Ghostbuster related. Of course, I wore the gear at Impact. We talked about it on MC Trolling on Story. And then to see the Elite come out, man, that was super cool. I was jealous.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Like, I would
awesome
never.
song made, too, for it?
People were tweeting me, like, expecting me to hate on it. How could you hate on that?
Nah.
It's great.
We got the Ghostbusters coming out soon. November 19th, I believe, is the release date.
It's coming up. We'll talk about it in the Major Wrestling podcast. Some big Proton Pack news, but that's for another show.
Awesome. All right. Anything you got before we get rolling here?
Not really. I mean, we'll talk about some plugs at the end of the show. Like I said, I got a big triple shot this weekend. Also, FWF Live, Thanksgiving night. You will see. Always ready, Matt Cardona with Bob Cardona, a.k.a. Zach's dad, in my corner, against Big O with Rory Fox in his corner in a Long Island street fight. The match, a decade in the making. It's not going to be a work rate match. But it will be a barn burner. I will guarantee you that.
I'm looking forward to it. Definitely going to be one of the most entertaining matches on the show. All right.
And FWF Live 1 DVD coming out soon where Big O does make an appearance. My dad and Chiappetta.
Underrated,
Yeah.
underrated on that DVD, too. We did commentary. It's the first DVD commentary I've ever done. So it was very fun. We
Well, me
watched
too.
the show and talked about it as producers and wrestlers.
Coming very soon, guys.
All right. Let's do the Broski of the Week, but first, a little word from our sponsors.
The Major Pod Network has a new tag team partner, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Everybody needs some liquid courage to make their own weekly purchases. Scratch that figure itch and scratch that PBR itch.
Get your PBR beer, get your PBR hard coffee, and get your PBR stronger seltzer.
8%? If you're listening to this, you're already a major mark. Now it's time to become a major PBR mark.
Use the hashtag MajorPBR and post your pictures and videos of you major marking out.
Pabst Blue Ribbon and the Major Pod Network, the new tag team champions of the world.
Of the world!
But we're definitely not getting any new figures from Mattel.
The Broski of the Week.
The Broski of the Week. All you got to do is leave a review. Leave a great review, please. Rate us 5 stars, but screenshot that review. Go to my Twitter, at the Matt Cardona. Go to the top, the pinned tweet. Quote tweet it, and in that quote tweet, post a picture of your screenshot and use the hashtag Broski of the Week. If I read your review on air, you will be the Broski of the Week. You'll get this 8x10 available on MattCardonaMerch.com. You will get the Broski of the Week headband available on MattCardonaMerch.com. But, like I said, I got a triple shot this weekend. Not many left. I'm not reordering. So I have saved enough for the Broski of the Weeks. Not sure how many are going to be on MattCardonaMerch.com after this triple shot weekend. And you will get the Broski of the Week sticker exclusive to be in the Broski of the Week. So, the Broski of the Week this week is Harry Flynn at Da Harris Here. Hi, this MC's fat guy Harry Flynn. I'm an autistic pro wrestling fan and YouTuber. Most people say that in 2011, CM Punk brought them back to wrestling. Zack Ryder did that for me. I would watch ZTLIS all day. I was like, are you serious, bro? Every time my Hot Topic would run out of your merch. I still support you, Brian, Chelsea, Swaggle, Smart Mark. I want to say thank you for giving me entertainment for the 10 years. I love the podcast. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. Well, Harry, we love you. Thank you very much. And you are the broski of the week.
That's a special one for me, actually, because Harry Flynn is the guy that's been helping us fact check in the YouTube comments every week, unless it's a completely different Harry Flynn, but I'm guessing it's the same
I'm sure it's the same one.
person. So
That's
shout
great.
out to Harry Flynn. Whenever we say something wrong or ask a question, we're sure to get a solid answer from Harry Flynn the next week. So appreciate that. Happy to
Thanks,
see.
buddy. Broski of the week.
All right, tweets 10 years ago. Matt Cardona. You say at Mikey Maher is the Halloween costume contest entry first place. So there's a link to a picture, but obviously it doesn't work. So we talked about it. How
You can't pull it up?
You can't pull it up. Oh, actually, no, we did. You're seeing it right now.
Oh, we found it?
This was there for whatever reason. The picture was there. It's a great picture of you. He's
Now
a
I'm
little.
confused. It wasn't there. Now it is there?
Yeah, I forgot. There a lot of them weren't, but for some reason the first place one was.
Oh, there you go. See?
So there he
The
is.
internet knew.
He's doing the LI. He's got the spinner belt that you never held, but whatever. We can get past that.
Now, my memory is not the best. Obviously, we talk about that. Brian gets mad when I say that. Sorry, guys. But if I recall, he becomes a character on Chi, True Long Island Story, the spinoff. I believe he becomes one of Chi's minions, one of his recruits or pledges, if you will.
Okay, Mikey Maher at
The name
Mikey
rings a
Maher.
bell.
So you also listed like the top 5, but I said the pictures weren't there. Also, November 4th was the Thursday. You should have uploaded this episode November 4th. You say uploading problems. Newsy will be up as soon as possible. It didn't come up until tomorrow, until the next day, November 3rd. In France, new episode of Z will hopefully be up tomorrow. It was not. So you were having issues on the road.
Okay,
We'll talk
that
about
explains
you.
a lot. We'll get into it. I knew right off the bat when I watched the episode, I'm in a hotel room.
Okay. Yes.
But I was like, where would I be? I guess because typically the European tour is like mid-November, but I guess it was early November. And
Yeah, hell of a tour for you. And I
Listen,
have a lot of questions about it.
there are so many overseas tours. Like, this is sad. It really is. Like, you could name a country, and unless it's like Russia, you know what I'm saying? Some of the smaller countries, I couldn't tell you if I've been there or not. Because it'd be like different country, different city, different country, different city. Planes, trains, automobiles, like literally. So a lot of it kind of blended together, and especially a lot of the tours. But I remember that tour, 2011 tour, being one of, if not, my favorite tour of all time.
Okay,
Like-
well, we'll talk about the matches in a second.
Yeah.
It was it because like people are really into the act and all that stuff?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like,
Well, you have some
right,
featured matches.
We haven't quite hit the peak of the show, but we're right there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in like main event matches.
Right.
And I'm single going out in Europe, baby.
So you wouldn't know if you were in these towns because you just basically came in, went to the building, did your match, left for the next town, kind of maybe saw some stuff outside the window.
Yeah, I mean, there are some instances where, for instance, you fly or you drive after the show, you know? So the next day, you're already there. Or if you go to the hotel right after the show, you got to wake up really early to get a flight or drive to the next show. And when we're overseas, there's like nice big buses. We're not driving ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to get our rental car. We don't have to get our hotels like we do in the States. I remember this tour so vividly. One night we're in Ireland and we're all hanging out. And I might have told this story before somewhere, but I'll tell it again. And we're drinking after a show. And Cena, he's not making anybody drink Jack Daniels. This is like a different era. You know what I'm saying? This is not forced drinking by any means. It's not bullying. It's not hazing. This is everybody hanging out after the show, Cena ordering rounds of Jack Daniels over and over and over. And I hate whiskey. I hate Jack Daniels, but I'm going to do it. It's John Cena, right?
Yep.
So much so that the bar is wiped out of the Jack Daniels. They have to go, I don't know, in the back, downstairs to get more. And it's like warm. Not that you chill Jack Daniels by any means, but this is like, it's almost hot Jack Daniels.
Not room temperature, yeah.
Like hot. So I take a shot and instantly I know he's gonna puke, but I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna puke. I bite my lips, I try to make it to the bathroom. I don't make it. And I yak in front of everybody.
Oh, man.
It was like one of those instant, sometimes you take a bad shot. It's like an instant regurgitation. That's what this was. I tried to save myself.
I've seen my buddy do that for sure.
Yeah. And I puked all over the floor.
Who?
And then I continued to party.
Like if you did that in front of Brian, who cares? But Cena, maybe you don't want to do that.
No, it was fun. Like 07, if I would have done that in front of Cena or The Undertaker, oh my God. But this was a different era.
Wrestlers.
This was fine. This was fun. And I didn't puke because I was too drunk. I puked because it was warm fucking Jack. So I just continued to party afterwards.
All right, we're going to get into the matches in a second, but real quick, November 2nd, just landed in Dublin, had a voicemail from Princess Leia. The message was just her talking to her Ewok boyfriend. Are you serious, ho? All right, November 3rd.
That might have been this night. Dublin, right?
Yeah, it could have been. Yes, for sure. November 3rd, Broski's petition, WWE Raw GM to give me a United States Championship match. You had a petition. There is a link. You talk about it in the podcast. You say there's a link below. The link does not work anymore. We will talk more about that petition when we get to it in the podcast. But here are the matches. So 10/31/11 Halloween night. So whatever. The show goes up last week, and seemingly you don't have any matches that weekend. Okay, so the show goes up the end of October. You don't have any matches that weekend. You do go to TV. TV is in the Phillips Arena, Atlanta, Georgia. You have a match against Dolph Ziggler. We'll talk about that on the show. 8 minutes and 50 seconds. It's on Raw. You then, so that on the 1st would be the big travel day to Dublin.
Okay.
So on 11/2/11 in Dublin at the O2 Arena, that's when you have a triple threat match for the United States title. Dolph Ziggler defeats Kofi Kingston and Zack Ryder.
Okay.
The next night in Zenith Nantes in Nantes, Frankenreich, same match, house show.
Okay.
So I don't even know where that is. Nantes? No clue.
No idea.
The next night, John Cena and Zack Ryder defeat Awesome Truth in La Galaxie in Amneville, Moselle, Frankreich. No clue where these are. So these are two towns somewhere, the 11-3 and 11-4. Some town somewhere.
Someone give us a follow-up what countries they're in.
Yeah. And then on 11/5, which is the day the show goes up, this tour is still going, and we'll talk about a couple more matches next week, but this is the day the episode goes up. John Cena and Zack Ryder defeat Awesome Truth again in Manchester, Evening News Arena in Manchester, England. So,
and is that Raw?
That is not Raw. That is a SmackDown.
Oh, so we'll talk about
I'm sorry, not a SmackDown. That is a just a house show.
So we'll talk about that probably next week.
Yes.
Because that's an interesting match. Woof. I got some stories about that one.
Oh, so you do have that match on Raw, is what you're saying?
I do, yeah.
Okay. So it looks like you have a couple house show matches leading up to that. Okay. So that's that. Let's get into let's go back to the Raw thing. I do want to mention the October 31st Raw 2011, Phillips Arena, rating 3.1. That is the episode that the Muppets are on.
Well, we'll get into that a little later on.
Okay. So, whatever, Kermit the Frog. And
I love the Muppets.
Says woo, 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 and Miss Piggy says you know it. I think that pisses off Vicky. And then there's a Santino Marella thing, and then it gets you a match with Dolph Ziggler. You beat him, which is great. Also, that episode, The Rock, on the TV, accepts tag teaming with John Cena for Survivor Series, which
That's
will
big.
meet. Hornswoggle has a moment with the Muppets. I just figured I'd mention
Oh,
that.
good. Good for Swoggle.
He's a huge fan. He's got a whole his whole leg is tattooed with the Muppets.
His whole body, I think.
I guess he interrupts Miss Piggy. John Morrison gets mad, but Miss Piggy gives Hornswoggle a kiss. We have never talked about this, but I'm sure he was really enjoying that. Okay, so that's what's happening on wrestling. I remember that episode so clearly because it was so unforgettable. Sometimes those guest hosts, you're like, I don't know, Ben Roethlisberger. I guess.
Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
I did something with him, too.
But the Muppets, come on.
Muppets.
That is great.
Listen, I love the Muppets, all the Muppet movies, the Muppet TV show, the Muppet Babies, the Muppet 3D at Hollywood Studios or MGM. I love, and even now, I was just watching today at the gym. Did you see it on Disney Plus? The Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Yes, I started to watch it with my daughter. She got very scared, so we had to shut up.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I didn't get scared, but
I'll probably watch it. Question, so random, but Muppet Babies. We're both Star Wars fans. We've talked about this a lot. Muppet Babies was my first introduction to Star Wars because they used to always do Star Wars skits.
Yeah, but like I didn't put two and two together until like years later when I would see like pictures or videos on the internet.
I did, so I'm like, man, this Star Wars looks so fun. I got to watch it. So it sort of led me to watching Star Wars.
Right.
Interesting. Okay, episode 37. You start the show, you're in a dimly lit room, no background, obviously in a hotel.
Well, I was always ready. I brought my scarf, trying to get that over.
Yeah.
And if you look closely, I noticed this. You could see like two nails where like a painting must have been.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was a good enough background, so I'd rather a plain wall than a painting or whatever, you know?
That makes total
whatever.
sense.
Yeah.
I actually thought like those were the clips that you hung up your big poster, and I was like, why did he take it down? So
No,
this
no.
makes
That was just thumbtacked because that was a real poster, a legit poster.
Broski of the week is Swoggle on SmackDown dressed as you. It must have been
Little
like a
Broski.
Halloween edition of SmackDown.
Little Broski.
Yeah.
I mentioned it. Where did I mention it before? The emails where I pitched Swoggle to be the Little Broski. Remember that?
Yeah, on this show, you've definitely
Was that on this show?
Yeah, because we did the Little Broski thing earlier. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure if it was on this show, but it was somewhere. I
Okay,
feel like
I've
it was maybe
definitely
on
heard
like
it.
on a Patreon or something.
Oh, yeah, it was when he was in the car. We did a Patreon thing. Okay, so tell that story.
I had pitched Hornswoggle to be my mini broski. I wish I had the email pulled up. Let me see if I could just type in Hornswoggle into my email, good old Hotmail, see if anything comes up. Full disclosure, it didn't work out for me or Swoggle.
Like on the show or on like Raw?
No, to be like my little broski. I don't see anything on here. Damn. I was hoping it'd be here. But
Was the initial response positive?
it was like, you know, if you're in WWE, you're assigned a writer, and 9 times out of 10, you send something in, and it doesn't happen. I would say 9.9 times out of 10. But that 0.1 time, something does happen, and for me, it worked out, you know, big time a couple times. So I would never say don't pitch ideas. You got to pitch ideas. Oh man, I wish the Swoggle thing would have came up. That's unfortunate.
Well, maybe we could follow up next week.
Yeah, remind me to do that, and I'll follow up next week because it's a funny email. Man, where is this thing? Damn.
All right,
yeah,
so-
we'll follow up next week.
Then you say, oops, you did it again, and then you show a ton of footage from Raw in this Dolph Ziggler match. You pinned Dolph twice in this match, actually. He gets his foot
2
under
times.
the ropes.
2 times.
Yeah, John Cone is the ref. I thought was
Good old Cone,
interesting.
baby.
So they have him beat you on the pay-per-view, and then 2 weeks later, you beat him pretty clean. Very, very weird.
I recall this kind of coming out of nowhere because, like you said, like I just lost in the pay-per-view, but obviously they're going to continue it somehow, some way. But you know, you've asked this before. Do I think like the pay-per-view match happened because of what we were doing on the YouTube show? And the answer is no, because they never used that YouTube show stuff on Raw. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or even like retweeted it.
Yep.
Nowadays, I'm not saying they definitely would, but they like to incorporate things that people do on social media on the show. Back then, that didn't happen. Just didn't happen.
Well, you sort of paved the way a little bit for that kind of stuff. Now, so this is when you say you are asking the Revolution, the Rider Revolution, to get you another shot. You say the community is the reason that you've done anything. So please sign the petition. Like I said, that I clicked all the links. The petition is no longer available. But tell me about this little petition.
So this is a great idea, and it was working. It was something that would definitely go hand in hand with what I was doing. With the social media and stuff like that. And it wasn't my idea. So I don't know exactly whose idea it was. I remember like Jamie Noble telling me about it. I don't think it was his idea, but I remember Jamie Noble was somebody who was always kind of rooting for me, and which I appreciated big time because the first time I ever met him, I've told this story before, it was me and Brian as the Major Brothers working him and Chavo Guerrero on SmackDown, and Jamie's like, "Y'all from Tough Enough, right?" And we're like, no, we're not. So he's already mad, right? He's already mad that he has to work us. He's already mad that he has to lose. And then he's even more mad because they basically say, Jamie, you're not important enough to pin, so we're going to pin Chavo, the Cruiserweight champion. So now Jamie's pissed, Chavo's pissed, and the match was just the drizzling shits. Not because of them, because of us, and we were just so nervous and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then Jamie was somebody who... I always respected in the ring. I always thought he was great. I also loved his character stuff. Is like, with Nydia. I love that.
Hell yeah.
So when he was a producer, still is a producer, I think he's great. I think he's awesome. And, he was rooting for me. I don't know if he was like, going to bat for me in these meetings, but he was definitely rooting for me at least, which is better than being against me.
For sure.
So, and the petition thing was just, it was great because I believe it was authentic, legitimate, right? So it's kind of like, all right, Zach, put your money where your mouth is. If these people want you, they'll vote.
Yeah.
And luckily they did.
Well, you're getting hundreds of thousands of views
Right.
on these, so if everybody clicks this thing, that's a pretty good petition.
And guys, I'm sorry. I'm still looking for this John Cena thing. Not John Cena, Hornswoggle thing. I can't find it. I'm really looking.
So you say, check out the latest WWE magazine for the guide to Z True Long Island story.
Oh, I found it.
Okay, here we go. What's
Maybe
the
we
pitch?
did talk about this on the show.
Okay,
but
say it.
This is on August 25th, 2011.
Okay.
So the summer of this year. Okay. People want to see, this is how I start the email. Not hi, not hello. People want to see Zack Ryder. I had some balls. Imagine people want to see Zack Ryder. Despite barely any television time, my YouTube show has over 4 million views, and my t-shirt is one of the best-selling items on WWEshop.com. The numbers don't lie. Here is an entertaining way to get me on TV. So I guess I'm not on TV yet. Backstage on SmackDown, I can approach Alicia Fox and Tamina, or any two divas. I can try to smooth talk one, and when that doesn't work, I'll immediately start hitting on the other. Both want nothing to do with me, but I won't take no for an answer. I'll say something like, "Oh, I get it. You only go on double dates. I'll go find one of my broskies." Later in the show, or the next week, I approach the divas again and explain how I found my new broski. The divas look disgusted, and the camera pans down to reveal Hornswoggle. He is clean shaven, hair spiked, wearing a headband and wearing my sunglasses. The divas storm off. I have found my new broski, Mini Broski. In the following weeks, I can teach Hornswoggle how to talk. He can help me win matches, and we will, in all caps, entertain. Thanks for reading, Zach.
I've definitely heard this email, but I don't know
That's a
when.
hell of a pitch.
Oh,
That's a good
that's great.
pitch. Actually, I'm glad it didn't work out because it's like, all right, be with Hornswoggle or win the U.S. title.
True. Maybe you
True.
could have won the tag team titles. But
Also true.
But was there a response to that email?
Listen, I was already distracted enough. Don't make me look for the response.
Okay. All right. Okay, so back to the thing. You say check out the latest WWE magazine for a guide to Z True Long Island story, which is looks like a really big spread about your show in the WWE
Awesome.
magazine.
So cool. I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. WWE Magazine, WWE Magazine, and WWE.com took care of me. They got it. They were on my side, and they had the ability to help me out with articles. Not just on .com, but on, on newsstands in the magazine, which is huge.
Yeah.
And as a fan, growing up as a subscriber to these goddamn magazines, to be in it, and not just like a little picture, but to have a 2-page spread. Really cool. One thing I wish it never happened. I wanted to be. I think at this time I could have got a cover. Never got the cover. I was once the cover of WWE Kids, which I'll take. But I think it was maybe even like WWE Kids in like the UK or something. I don't know. Maybe it was WWE Kids in the US. I don't know. But it wasn't the real cover. But that would have been cool.
Man, I loved WWE Magazine. Definitely had
Loved
a
it.
subscription for at least 3 years.
I absolutely loved it.
You do complain that there is a pic of Princess Leia in the spread.
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah. Are you serious?
That's funny. That's funny.
All right. And then they are serious, bro. They didn't ask at Zack Ryder to star in Ghostbusters 3 yet, which is very
Right?
apropos.
Timely. Because
Yes. With
listen,
Ghostbusters 3
guys.
coming out.
that other Ghostbusters with the ladies doesn't count.
That's not 3. It's a spin-off.
that's not 3.
I mean,
It's not-
it's a
I don't even know what it is. It doesn't even make sense to me. First of all, I'm not just hating on it to hate on it. I saw it opening day. I wanted it to be a success. Even like the first 15 minutes is like, okay, this is pretty good. And then it just all falls apart. It's horrible. It really is. But this one, Afterlife, man, I am so pumped for this. Couple things are unfortunate that I kept getting delayed. So like, for instance, the Ecto Cooler, it was produced, but it got delayed so much that it's expired and bad. So there will be no Ecto Cooler. I think they're going to bring some as like a promotional item at select screenings, but you can't go into the store and buy it. So I'll probably have to buy it on eBay. But people ask me all the time, like, you know, do you want to be in movies? Do you want to act? Like, that's not my passion. I certainly would not turn down a role. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to go on auditions. It's just not my thing. You
Yeah.
know, it's not for me.
Right.
Would I turn down a role? Absolutely not. That's idiotic. But I'm not going to, like I said, go on auditions and pursue it because it's just, I'm not really passionate about it, you know?
Are you collecting the figures of the new characters?
I absolutely am, yes.
Okay. I have not bit the bullet yet. I feel like I can't buy a figure for something I don't even know who they are yet. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I'm just so. And look, maybe the movie will suck or I'll hate it. But
Yeah,
I
then
just
then you have this figure and you're like, oh man,
well, I just don't feel that. I don't feel like that's going to happen.
I don't think it's gonna suck. 77% on Rotten Tomatoes already. I was actually looking today.
Oh hell yeah, baby!
All right. Stanford is denying the attack.
What a segment, bro!
Okay. He says he has a twin brother, and wouldn't you know it, the twin brother walks in with Dolph Ziggler. The twin brother has an eye patch.
Rot
And
Stanford,
Yes. Now, horrible effects here on the
the
double
worst,
thing,
absolute worst.
but I can't tell if it's better that way.
It has to be right.
Yeah.
And that's not. And now, guys, that's me trying my hardest,
You're right.
working hours, and it's the drizzling shits. It's so bad.
Where did you get the like? As a video producer, it took me years to sort of mentally figure out how to do that. Did you like Google it? Like, how did you kind of figure out like if I have him come in and crop the screen?
Well,
and,
I mean, some of it in my mind seemed a lot easier and would turn out a lot better than it really did.
yeah, but then when you realize
It's like,
the
oh,
lighting,
two white walls. But you don't realize until you're editing, oh, they're lit differently. They don't match.
yeah,
you know?
exactly, yeah.
And then like I remember Ziggler is talking so low that to raise the volume on that portion, it like raises like some sort of like fan or something else playing in the background. So there's like a humming or a buzzing the whole time.
Yes.
I had to do that or else because you could barely hear Ziggler as it is. You know, listen, it added to the charm of the show, right?
It's still fun.
Nobody really thought Scott Stanford had an evil twin brother, Rot, and that this horrible editing job ruined it. They were in on the gag.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Was that the plan all along? Or
No,
you're just kind of booking seat of your pants every week?
yeah.
Okay.
I remember Stanford was hot that he was the heel. Remember that? Remember I told you
Right.
that?
Last week you mentioned that, which is
Yeah.
why we had to make Rot. Okay.
We gotta get Stanford on. I sent this screenshot because I was watching it today. Take notes. I was popping. I'm like, this is so fucking bad that it's good. I sent it to Ziggler. He was dying. He was dying.
All right. So the normal closeout for the week, except when you get to the woo woo woo, you know it. The
Oh, it's
Muppets
Kermit and
say
Miss
it.
Piggy.
So cool.
Listen. The Muppets are saying my catchphrase, bro. I'm over.
That's
know what I'm saying?
insane. That's insane. Yes.
Bro, there's no denying that, dude, at this time.
That is like when we talk about nostalgia a lot in the Major Wrestling Figure podcast. Phew. Holy moly. Kermit the Frog. You watch that movie.
Hi, ho,
Muppet
Kermit the
Stickman
Frog
Adam?
here.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah.
So cool. It ends with a shot. You must have been Woody that year for Halloween.
Yeah, and I remember I committed. I shaved my sideburns because Woody doesn't have sideburns. And then also, like, I bought the stock costume or whatever from the whatever.
Costumes R Us.
Yeah, whatever. But I added like a drawstring and I wore like real brown cowboy boots because I wanted to make it more authentic.
Yeah, of course.
That costume, I remember, was such a pain in the butt because I was a back zip and going. I was at a bar. You're drinking a lot. You're peeing a lot. The old back zip. Oh man, what a hassle.
Did you have a buzz? Did you go out with a buzz, or it was just you?
No, just a Woody.
Okay.
Just a Woody looking for his Bo Peep.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So that's it for this episode, but we're going to finish it out. But first, a little word from our sponsors. And we're back. What do you got for Are You Serious, Bro?
Are you serious, bro?
Are you serious, bro? All you gotta do is tweet me something. Use the hashtag Are You Serious, bro? If I read it on air, you'll get the 8x10. This one isn't really an Are You Serious, bro-esque tweet, but he used the hashtag, and I like the tweet a lot. He wrote, always ready, ... hot mess. It was some great figure photography of the hot mess, Chelsea Green, and myself. And he must have customized the hand. So I'm doing the LI. Chelsea's doing the shh. That was really, really well done. Mm-hmm. So he used the hashtag, so it counts. And it's got figures, so bonus points. So
Perfect.
And that's from J.N. Fernandez, 1980. You win.
Are you serious, bro?
Are you serious, bro?
Okay, quick follow-up to those two countries. France. You were in France. So you went Dublin, two shots in France, over to the UK.
Me and Chelsea, we have a trip that we haven't planned yet, but we're going to go to France for a couple days so she can do the romantic, like, Eiffel Tower stuff, and obviously I'll go with her. But then I went 2 days at the Disneyland Paris.
You've been, right?
I went once for 45 minutes. I don't even count it.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I went, like...
Just to say you went.
Just to say I went. I literally... It took forever to get there. We got in that day. I took a taxi from the train. We took a train there, a taxi to Disneyland Paris. We went on, like, what they call the Haunted Mansion, or what they call Phantom Manor. It's like the Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
And then we bought some things at the gift shop and had to go to the show.
Right.
And Vic Joseph was there. He's in the trunk changing into his suit because he used to, like, announce the show, like, re-announce.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it was hectic. But
I went for a full day with me and my buddy. It was pretty cool.
I want to check it out.
Yeah. Okay. Know your bro. I actually went to our Facebook group. So Major Wrestling Figure, patreon.com/MajorWFPod. We have a Facebook group. It's really great. I actually asked them if they had a Know Your Bro question. Give them a shot. So Victor Leva says, whose idea was it to have the evil brother of Scott Stanford? Did you ever turn down any of Scott's ideas?
Turned down a lot of Scott's ideas. I can't tell you exactly what. I want to say that was his idea, the Rot Stanford.
Because he didn't want to be healed.
He didn't want to be a heel.
Okay.
And it worked.
I can respect that. We'll see if Rot ever comes back.
We need to have Scott on this show. I'm telling you, before we close out this series, we already did the bonus Chippetta.
Yep.
Let's get Big O. Let's get Stanford.
Gotta.
Let's do it.
Gotta. All right, characters debuted this week. This week, Stanford's twin brother.
Rot Stanford.
Yep. Returning, Dolph Ziggler. Obviously, the guys in Long Island, not there. You're in France. Frankenwyk, whatever the heck. This episode, actually, weirdly, dude, 118,596, the lowest by far of any
118,000?
118,596. You're usually around 200.
Huh, that's interesting. I could
Very
have sworn
weird.
it was more than that. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Let me check right now. Z, true. Long Island story.
Yeah, no, 188,000.
Oh.
You said 118.
Oh. 188. You're right. Well, okay. It's not as down as I thought, but still a little down because it's usually in the 200s.
Again, horrible thumbnail.
Right. Terrible.
Like,
It's just,
I
you look
wish
like
I
a
would have
priest or
known
something.
that. First of all, thumbnails are very, very important.
Yeah.
You know, if I would have known how to do it, I think a lot of those numbers would have been higher.
Like you? Like
Or just
rot with the thing and talking to
something,
so-and-so,
you know,
that would
just
have
something.
killed. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
but at the time, it was just random.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a way to do it. I just didn't know how.
Episode clocks in at 5 minutes and 35 seconds, and that'll do it. All right. ProWrestlingTees.com/MajorWFPod for shirts for this show. ProWrestlingTees.com/SmartMarkSterling and ProWrestlingTees.com/Matt Cardona. This right here, I am wearing this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles long sleeve shirt that I got in the recent NECA crate.
I had to donate that to Goodwill.
You didn't even want to try to cut the sleeves off?
No.
It's a little thin.
I like thin shirts.
Okay. It's not the best.
Okay.
But I figured I got to wear it once.
Sure.
So what else do we have to plug? We have a big weekend.
I mean, I got a triple shot. I will be in Georgia on Friday for Lariato Pro. Me and Brian Myers will take on the Koloff Dynasty. I thought I was about to say Kozlov Dynasty, like Vladimir Kozlov, but the Koloff Dynasty, USA versus Russia. This is one of those shows where the heel rolls out. I get in the mic and go, chicken, you know, all the way to Binghamton, New York. You'll be there for Excite Wrestling. I'll be taking on Sean Carr. So I'm excited about that. Never worked him before, but this could be, match of the night if I'm involved.
Well,
And
I'm not sure what I'm doing there, broski.
maybe you're my manager.
I might be your manager, but whatever. I'll make sure that you're taken care of. That's for sure.
Well, you'll be driving me to Beyond the next day, where I'm taking on Teddy Bads, and this guy I get it. I'm his dream match essentially. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, he's
it's
been
like
a thorn in my side. He just keeps wanting to wrestle you. I keep saying no.
Well, I mean, it's the Michael Jordan of wrestling figure collecting against the Bugs Bunny of wrestling figure collecting, and we're gonna come head to head. I'll bring the title. I won't necessarily put it on the line. I know I will win, but Beyond will have to pay me another like $1,500 to advertise the title match.
Right.
If Drew wants to do that, then okay, pay the lope even more.
True.
I'll put the title on the line. But I will have all my merch this week. Something I'm bringing to these shows for the first time. I want to give a plug here for Too Sweet Antiques. They made these awesome Zack Ryder Relics cards. It's actually the second one they've made with real gear of mine attached. This was from GCW Get Lost a Lot from September, where I got screwed by Effie, but I have some extras and I'm going to bring them to these shows this week. Hopefully sell them right out in nice cases. This is a high quality product, and I got a couple left over, so I'm going to bring them to the shows as well. My Deathmatch King shirts, the Zack Ryder sunglasses, the Broski of the Week headbands, the Internet title keychains, all my 8x10s. So come to the gimmick table, pad the lope, baby. Because Dude and Walt, they're barking. They got to eat. You know what I'm saying? They got to eat.
Oh, yeah. So
I got a wedding to pay for.
that is somewhere where Excite's in Binghamton, New York, and then Beyond is in Massachusetts or
Hell
Rhode
yeah.
Island. I don't
I don't know. It's your show.
All right.
It's your home fed, right?
Take it away. Take it. I'm going to find that address right now and take it away.
Guys, listen, there's got to be someone who knows somebody who has some stroke of Facebook, because I want to really say like me on Facebook and it means something, right? Because right now I say like me on Facebook, where's it going to go? My fan page, my old page. I want my new page. So somebody help me out there. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to this podcast, go back and listen to all the episodes, whether it be on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Buy the merch, MattCardonaMerch.com, ProWrestlingTees.com. Drink some PBR, some major PBR. And take care. Grow your beard hair. No, take care. Spike your hair.
Somerville, Massachusetts. See you on Sunday.
Peace.
Just take care.